Molweni bafundi, ndinethemba ukuba niyaphila namhlanje. Namhlanje ndifuna siqhubekeke ngokufunda lamagama siwasebenzisayo kula mabuzo, ngakumbi xa senza ulwimi okanye xa sisitsho sithi igrama. Sizoqala ke ngokuthetha ngesilanduli. What is isilanduli? Isilanduli is the negative tense. Okay, so considering all the IsiXhosa tenses that we have, isilanduli will apply to all of these. So whether it is ixesha elidlulileyo, ixesha elizayo, ixesha langoku, ixesha ebelidlule, eladlulayo, elalidlula, all of these are going to have isilanduli as a part of them. This will also include izibanjalo, our copulatives, and our simple, as I said, present tense sentences will also have isilanduli applied to them. I think that this probably requires the most amount of work for the number of marks in the IB exam papers. So, for example, you might have 10 questions, 10 marks in the IB exam paper, and you may have 10 different forms of isilanduli that will be asked. So if you know isilanduli, there's 10 guaranteed marks for you. We just need to remember isilanduli negative. Okay, how I used to try and remember it is isilanduli almost sounds like landela, so the negative, not the positive, but it's up to you as to how you find that it would best suit your style of learning. Okay, in your notes you'll find, and I'll also attach the link, a great place where you can go and learn isilanduli of the different tenses in IsiXhosa. Okay, isilanduli, that is negative. Okay, next we have isihlanganisi. Ukuhlanganisa in IsiXhosa is to bring together. Okay, in this case, isihlanganisi will be bringing together two sentences. So in English we call this a conjunction, right? Things like kuba, kwaye, kodwa, xa, ukuba. These are all conjunctions. Remember, isihlanganisa, siyahlanganisa. We are bringing two different sentences together. Isenziwa. Isenziwa, our passive voice. This is when we are essentially taking an active sentence and we are swapping the object and the subject around. The important thing that we need to remember here is that we need to keep the meaning of the sentence the exact same. You cannot swap just the object and the subject and expect the meaning of the sentence to remain the same. Okay? So for example, you can't say that the dog is eating a bone and then you swap them around and then now it's the bone is eating the dog. That doesn't make sense. You need to change that to the bone is being eaten by the dog. Okay, so in this case we need to change isenziwa. We'll have a focus on the verb, and you'll need to learn isenziwa in order to be able to apply the correct suffix onto that verb. Okay, isenziwa, the clue there is the wa, because most of your verbs are going to get wa on the end of them. There are exceptions. So isenzi, verb, isenziwa, changes already. That's the verb in its passive form. Alright, now we are on to isichasi okanye amagama achasanayo. So that is opposites or words that are opposite to one another. Okay, remembering isichasi, opposites. You'll just need to learn that vocabulary and learn that some of the words that go with them. Nice and easy ones that we can start with. Shushu, banda, okay, phezulu, ezantsi, tyebile, bityile, manzi, omile. Just some examples of amagama achasanayo. These will be used a lot, especially in poetry, and in some of your comprehensions you might be asked to find amagama achasanayo. isifanekiso zwi, something that brings color and just intensity and beauty to language. It helps us to elaborate and to express language. So if we think about umfanekiso, and then we are liken that umfanekiso, which is a picture, to isifanekiso, there's that fanekiso there, something that you can remember and you can relate the two together. We're creating a beautiful picture. Okay, these are, in Afrikaans we call it the intensiver form, and in English we call it an idiophone. Okay, so imoto yake imhlophe qhwa, inkomo yake ifana nqwa naleyam. These are just two examples of what isifanekiso zwi is. There are a number of them that you will be expected to learn. Become familiar with them, use them in your extended writing pieces. It's a beautiful way of just extending yourself and your language use, just making whatever it is that you're putting out there a little bit richer, a little bit more interesting to read and to engage with, or possibly hear, a little bit more interesting to listen to.